Every day. Receiving and living in God's grace. And then we get to be agents of God's grace. Givers of grace. How many of you have ever had anybody do you wrong? Don't tell us who or what, because they might be sitting beside you. Just, you're right, Ruth, it is him. Just dispense grace. Forgive them. Forgive them. John testified concerning him, Jesus. He cried out, saying, "This is the one I spoke about when I said, he who comes after me has surpassed me because he was before me." Speaking of the divine Son of God who became flesh and dwelt among us. And out of his fullness we have all received grace in place of grace already given. Grace upon grace upon grace. It never runs out. And so we can always receive it, and if we choose, we can always give it. For the law was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, but the one and only Son, who is himself God, and is in closest relationship to the Father, has made him known. All right. So I promise you, all of our messages are going to have three parts. What, so what, and what now? Or what next? Here's the what. God, if you're filling in your blanks, God became human in Jesus. God is so crazy about us, so crazy in love with and for us that he came to be with us. The Word became flesh. Why? To re-establish the relationship that was broken. To reconcile us to God. There was this great divorce that happened because of sin. And God came to reconcile it. To reconcile. And to reestablish the relationship. It's God's do-over. That's the next blank. It's God's do-over for us. And as I already said, the Gospel of John is the genesis of the New Testament. It's our restart with God. One of the young men yesterday that was giving a speech, he got started, and he got started a little before he was ready, and so he just kind of blanked out. You see me do that sometimes, right? Giving a message, and he's just like, it's just like, take a breath, start again. I remember the first, and I was never a very good pianist, but the first piano recital that I was giving, I got lost. And I said, I was really more into sports than music. Would I have known how much longer I would use music than football? That's another story. I just said, time out, and started over. That's what we get with Christ. That's what happened. So what? So what? What's this mean to us? What good does it do me? You. Who is this God-man? It'd be your fourth blank. Who is this God-man to us, to me, to you? The Word of God made flesh. Jesus the Christ come to us. To be like us, to be with us, so that we can become like him and be with God forever. God has come to us. See, in one of the prayers or something earlier this service said, Jesus is listening to us. He's right here with us. I think sometimes church folk, we forget what a big deal this is. Excuse me. Heavy drinker today. Jesus, the creator of all that was, is, and will be, is here. For you, for me, listening to us, ready to do what we cannot do for ourselves, if we'll but trust him. But it says that he came to his own, to those that he created, and they did not receive him. See, we are still left with that same freedom of choice that God set up in the garden, because love demands the freedom to choose. Okay? A shotgun does not make a free choice for a marriage. Okay? It may produce a marriage, but it's not love if it takes a shotgun. God gives us choice. We are God's. That's the wrong R, by the way. I changed it in my book. We are, A-R-E, God's. But is God ours? O-U-R-S. We belong to God. It's going to belong to us. Will we receive God? That is the 64 million, billion, whatever dollar question. I'm really making it hard for you today, I know, Joe. I'm moving around. Will we receive God in Jesus Christ? So that brings us to the what now. What? God came. So what? He's here. God, He loves us. We can start over. What now? Nothing. If you don't choose to believe, to trust, to rely on, to obey, to follow. Nothing. If you don't believe it, you don't have to do anything. But if we believe it, and I don't know why you're here on a snowy, cold Sunday morning, maybe it's for the chilly afterwards, but why would you be here if you're not really going to receive? How many of you like Christmas? Do you remember Christmas, don't you? Did you get some good stuff? Somebody got something really good. I'm really curious. I'd like to ask. I don't know what it is. I'm talking to her. I'm going to have to find out what that is. I'll leave it. Your news. I'll leave it. Nobody look at it. I love Christmas. I'll take it again. But what I love about Christmas is not the wrapping paper. It's the gift. Yeah. It's the real gift. It's not just how the gift is dressed up. And we can dress up the gift, and we do dress up the gift of Christmas in many different ways. Methodists dress it up this way, Catholics dress it up another way, Pentecostals another way, Baptists another way, Presbyterians another way, whatever. But the gift is the same, and it's about the gift. What are we going to do if we really want the gift? We must then adjust our life to God. You're going to see that a lot. If you don't believe, if you don't buy it, if God isn't for you, that is your free choice. Don't do anything. Live however you want, wherever you want, do whatever you want. But if you do believe God is God, and if you believe Jesus came, then we need to make adjustments in our life to God. My wife isn't English. Good. Okay. I had to make some adjustments to receive her love. Okay. In fact, she was telling somebody this morning. That's right, Carol Ann. I was talking this morning how, I could live on a farm and just get up and milk the cows and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, Joe, I did it again. And all that, and my wife was sitting over there and she said, "You would be single." I mean, she was telling me the truth in a loving manner. She said, "If you want to do that, that's your choice, but I'll not be going."